Well, we are at our last installment for the book of Ruth, and it has been such a delight to go through this series and just see how God is at work in the ordinary to bring about his supernatural plan. And in Ruth chapter 4, we're going to see the fulfillment of how God does that. So in the Bible, we're told this true story. The next morning, Boaz went to the city gate, and he was looking for the nearest relative. And he gathered around him elders to be witnesses. And when he saw the nearest relative passing by, he said, "Hey, come here. You know that Naomi is back, and she's needing to sell the land of Elimelech. And you are the nearest relative to purchase this. Now, if you'll buy it, so be it. But if you won't, I'm next in line and I'd like to." And the nearest relative said, "Well, I'll redeem it. I'll do it." And Boaz said to her, "You know that if you buy the land, then you will also need to marry Ruth, the Moabite, the widowed wife of Mahlon." And the man said, "No, absolutely not. That will affect my inheritance. You go right ahead and you take the right to redeem." And see, at that time, it was custom that the person would take off their sandal and hand it to the person they were making the contract with. And he handed it to Boaz, and Boaz held up that sandal and he said, "You see here today, you all are witnesses to what just happened. I am purchasing the land of Elimelech for Naomi, and I am marrying Ruth the Moabite for Mahlon, so that I can redeem the land and the family name and guard their inheritance." Everyone in town was celebrating. They all said, "We're witnesses and we see, and may you be found worthy, and may you be blessed and remembered in Bethlehem. May your name be remembered." And Boaz went home and he married Ruth, and they ended up having a son. And the son was handed over to Naomi, and as she held him, the women in town praised the Lord and said, "You are so blessed. God has blessed you, and he has given you a son and by a daughter-in-law who loves you." And they named him Obed. Well, Obed became the father of Jesse, and Jesse became the father of David. And David ends up being one of the ancestors of our Redeemer, Jesus. May God honor the telling of his word. So as you listen to this story, what did you learn about how God works with his people? And what did you learn about Boaz? Or what about the nearest kinsman? See, the law said that a kinsman had to be willing, he had to be able, legally able to do it in order to fulfill the law. And the nearest kinsman, he wasn't willing, but Boaz was. Just as our Redeemer is willing to do that for us. It is so important to be in the Word so that we can be with Jesus, so that we are transformed. Shalom, y'all.